day, tropical paradise, White Lotus, Koh Samui. Apparently the prices have increased by 30% just due to a television series. I just started watching it at series 3 on Max. I can only watch it on my phone, I haven't got it on my telly. Driving me bananas. I've noticed, I flicked through season 1, noticed some of the actors in season 1 are in season 3. Anyway, boy, I love it when people drive fast, man. It's like they want to go straight to the hospital, straight to the morgue. This annoys me. You give your money to these. They're not even Thai, they're Burmese. I'm trying to speak Thai to them, they don't understand it. Speak English, they don't understand it. Sometimes you go to restaurants out here, the menus are either in English or they're not. There's no pictures. So you go to your Thai missus, you can't speak any English, can't read English, there's no pictures. Embarrassing, like, and the waiters can't speak Thai, they speak English, they're Burmese. Like, you know, imagine that happening in England. Oh, well, it does happen in England. You go to a restaurant and the food's in Chinese, the menu's in Chinese with no pictures. You have to go in there with a Chinese person to understand what you're going to eat. It's chicken oriental. For a second. Well, we're going to a bit of the drama that's been happening on my part of YouTube, my part of play. Don't really want to talk about it, to be honest. I've upset a few people close to me and I'm not happy with myself. Basically, like, this thing that happened with Ash, it was I was already talking to Ash when I made contact with certain people. I was already in that group. It was all interest. I've never been in a group before, and as you can see from the one that was put up there, different people. A lot of people had the same enemies for different reasons. But the reason why I felt like I had to do what I had to do is because I believe Ash is playing everybody off against each other. I think the only way, because I know what he was doing a year ago or a year and a half ago, whatever it was. I don't know what he's doing today. I don't know what his plan is. All I know is anybody who speaks to him offline, be very, very careful. Because look, you can see he had that group, he had a lot of support in the group. A lot of people were willing to give him the time of day, were going to be loyal to him. We all thought he was, loyalty goes both ways. You know, the problem is, he played both sides. So, this is the man who calls himself the truth. Puts the word truth in his name. But there is no truth. The man admits that he lies to see where the lie goes. What's the end game? To find out who's speaking what lie to who? For who? For him? For somebody else? It doesn't make sense. And my opinion is he's there for one reason, to create drama. And now his channel's having a short spike of people in there because they're interested in what he's going to say, how he's going to react rather. But that will pass, don't worry, unless he finds some new drama. But the thing is he's been teaming up with people, you know, allegedly, like Humble and stuff like that. I don't know how much of it's true, but Humble will know and he will know. And I think Humble needs to know who he's working with, if he is going to work with him, because during the time he was in the group, he was, you know, proper bad mouthing him. So I don't know at the same time whether he was talking to him on a level outside. I know he was doing the same thing with Maria Howarth. I know he was telling me not to talk to her and saying how this and that, and I was shown a picture of her which was
money on the floor.
taken from it's actually a fabricated picture. Turned out to be, and it turned out that he was speaking to her, and like as a friend. So like, you know, this man, he's playing all sorts of games with people. I don't really want to see people go down and make the same mistake I made. Look, you can learn from other people's mistakes, or you can learn from your own, or other people learn from my mistakes. This geezer is not good for your YouTube health. He'll make your friends into your enemies. His intention is to basically just rock the apple cart. He never gives a straight answer for anything, and this is an example of how he talks to people. For example, you would say to him, who's I don't know, the famous one's Apollo. He was like, well, who do you think it is? Well, I don't know. He said, well, it's easy to work out. Well, they're from Liverpool. Yep, they're from Liverpool. Could it be this one? Well, yeah, I think you're pretty close to it. So he almost like gives you the answer, but sort of manipulates you into giving the answer which you asked him the question for, if you know what I mean. So you basically end up saying it yourself, and the truth is he doesn't know nothing. He doesn't know anything. If he knew everything about everybody, if he was up for exposing wrongs, he would just come out there and expose them. But he just comes out there with no evidence. He comes out with this, that, this. Look, in this world, we need receipts now. We've gone past the point. On other communities, they don't even entertain it unless you've got the evidence. They won't even listen to it. I think we need to start, you know, let's get a bit more strong on this. You know, if somebody comes on and say so and so's this, that, or the other, come there with the evidence, or don't come at all. Because I mean, at the end of the day, like you know, you can, if that's the case, you can say anything about anyone, and it's all going to be true because it came out on YouTube. But I felt like I had to do this. He went away inside. I wasn't going to do it while he was away inside because he can't speak back. He can't counter. And I know what I've done. I know what I haven't done. You know, and I think this is I believe it was necessary for me to do it at a time, but now I don't think I should have kept my mouth shut, to be honest. Once the bottle was open, I had to pour the drink. I reckon, Ash, you should be, anyone leaves YouTube because of this, it should be you. And you caused all this divide. I'll just, if anything, I've done you a favour. I've distracted you from going after the big boys, because they will chew you up, spit you out into a briefcase, into the sea. You're punching way above your weight when you go into those waters. You see, you've been doing research on everybody. What an idiot. I've been doing research on you. But I'll keep that in my own, that's my own personal stuff for my personal brain, which ain't going nowhere until need be. Just like you do to other people. You got to remember, like, okay, if you're saying X, Y, and Z, docs X, Y, and Z, Ash, you come into a group where a lot of people, which you started the group, and a lot of people will take you at face value, why not put the evidence up? You took everybody. I feel sorry for everybody on that group except for Ash, because everybody in that group was manipulated. Everybody, myself, other people. Some people were just as upset as I was at the end. I don't know a lot of those people in the group. I know my own personal issue with a couple of people at the time that I mentioned, but that's all been put to bed. I don't think wars are not necessary in this last resort. Don't know, it'd be interesting if we could let this pass us and get back to having a laugh. The problem is I've had this bee in my bonnet for a year and a half. Always, this is what I'm like. This is my character. When I've got a problem with someone, there is no time limit. I will wait and I'll wait and I'll wait. And if Ash was in for 10 years, that group will be posted 10 years later. But at the end of the day, I don't have a problem with Julian, I don't have a problem with Shuffling, I don't have a problem with Dave, I don't have a problem with Emma. I don't have a problem with a lot of the people in the group, to be honest. They were all there for what they believed was good reasons. Ash was playing the sympathy card at the time, using the fact that his mum got a visit or something like that. A lot of people felt sorry for him. A lot of people wanted to help him financially, physically, help him get a job, got a bird. What can I say to him? Duck him and swerve him. People out there, was about, how many, 60 people in total that came in and out. All people there willing to support him. And he kicked that back in everybody's faces. He got recalled to YouTube. He got recalled because of YouTube. The man can't even speak a sentence straight. Can't even say that word sentence. He can't even say a sentence. If you ask him a straightforward question with a straightforward answer, and they go off into a riddle, the question will be thrown back at you, and you end up answering the question for him, even though it might be wrong. I can't stand people that take kindness as a weakness, and I can't stand people that betray me. Betrayal. What was it, the price for treason? Betrayal. What that would have been, back in the old days, and in some countries to this day. You know what it means. Like treason, betrayal, same thing. And personally, if I was in charge of the countries, I'll make sure you were done for treason, betrayal. But I'm not, so I'll give you your own rope and do what you want with it. Tie some knots. Well, you don't have to do a knot tying class when you're in prison. There's so many different knots you can tie. You could have learned how to do CPR, you could have learned to do bricklaying, you could have learned loads of stuff. Now you're sitting there writing down like screenplays, drama, putting a little black book for YouTube, studying nonsense, absolute nonsense. Who's a wrong and who's not a wrong un? Well, let's start with you. Are you a wrong un? Answer is yes, so you can move on. You can start doing something else with your life. There's people who've been in prison and they've ended up spending a lot of time in it, actually studying stuff, learning, and coming out and having a skill, and then owning a business and doing actually quite well. What are you doing, Ash? You're doing nothing. back where you started. History is repeating itself again and again and again. You can have an army of people walking around looking for you, just like what happened when I first ever saw you on YouTube, but I never really talked to you. Second time was when you just came out, you added me straight into that group. Didn't know you much at the time, so I gave you a chance. You betrayed me, you betrayed a lot of people. That is unforgivable. So anyway, as far as that group goes, by the looks of it, all the anything that was slightly threatening in there, which I don't think there's anything threatening in there. I mean, there's many attempts to look threatening and make yourself look like you're the big man and all that, but nothing really happened. Most somebody drove around the video, driving around the streets just like what I'm doing now, and spreading misinformation. That was about the most dangerous stuff that was going on in it. But if anything was going to happen from that group physically, it would have already happened by now within that time. For me, I'm exposing that kind of character that Ash is.